like to welcome you all back for the trainee and trainer awards for the SQA awards, and Douglas is going to read out the students.
Your nominations.
Nominations.
Yeah, that's the one you're looking for.
Mind blank.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This year is the first year that we're running these Craft Future Training Awards. Really, when Meat Training Council pitched SQA in running, being the awarding body, and the Scottish Federation became the awarding body, we lost out on these awards because these awards were held in London, and nobody in Scotland knew anything about them once we were divorced from them. So we thought it's an opportunity to reward everyone in the industry for the great things they do on the industry's behalf, and then really the enthusiasm and confidence that exists within the Scottish meat sector. So we have 5 awards. This is not.
You can borrow my apple if you want.
Really doesn't want to work, does it? Trying to move forward with my laptop, which is strange. Thanks, Graham.
We're just saying how professional the Perth office was barely an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
You have to remember, computers hate
I
people.
can see what's wrong with it. Is that there's a little timer going on the top there. Anyway, right, try again. Yes, it might move on faster than I want it to. That's the only problem. 5 training categories, and they are at Level 2 Modern Apprenticeship of the Year, SVQ Level 3 Modern Apprenticeship of the Year, Training Mentor of the Year, Training Partner of the Year, and the Extra Mile Award. So how does this work? The Level 2 Modern Apprenticeship of the Year was nominated by the Scottish Meat Training's assessors, and based on achievement of their achievement in achieving their Modern Apprentice at Level 2. And so we have finalists, and I would ask each of the finalists to come forward as I announce them, and just stand in front of the table there where we're going to gather the finalists before we do the presentations. And Beaton, you have to take space over there because you're going to be doing the presentations. And can you see what I'm on this? Right, so to announce who the finalists are, we've got firstly Ryan Briggs from A.G. Learman in Jedburgh. Ryan's approach to his SVQ Level 2 qualification with enthusiasm and a determination to learn the skills required in his chosen profession. Backed fully behind his employer Alan Learman and his colleague Stuart Ramsey, Ryan demonstrated his abilities to manufacture sausages, serving customers, making up orders, along with the primal cutting, boning, seam cutting and trimming. Ryan displayed excellent knife skills, working safely and hygienically at all stages of the qualification. Ryan has now progressed to Level 3, applying the same enthusiasm as he did to Level 2. Ryan also has the claim to fame of making the sliced sausage, which was judged to be the Scottish champion at the recent awards. Our second nomination is Louise Galanders, and I invite Louise to come forward. Louise is from John M. Monroe in Dingwall. She's always been involved in the sale of food in one way or another, but was late in coming to butchery. She started in John Monroe's in Dingwall shop as a counter assistant, and is always cheery and helpful to all her customers. She expressed an interest in broadening her skills and was then taught how to make sausages, burgers in the shop. However, Louise wanted to take it further and hounded the butchers to show her how to carry out butchery. Her persistence paid off, and she was soon breaking down lambs with the best She continues to broaden her butchery skills now and shows great attention to detail and enthusiasm to learn more and more. The work she carried out during her level 2 was always a high standard and usually completed well ahead of her assessment date. She continued to show versatility and enthusiasm to learn and commitment to the business. Her nominator, John Parker, the assessor, says, "I have no doubt that she will move on to a level 3 qualification in due course." John is also nominated the third finalist, who is Chris Wright from Andersons in Shetland. I was thinking that. That's not like you at all. That's not me. Chris's path to butchery has taken him to a very different route to that of most of us in the meat trade, including mental health support and free run coaching and photographer. He started in Andersons in Whiteness back in 2015, carrying out the manufacturing, but his enthusiasm soon shone through, and he set about developing his knife skills. His attention to detail and ingenuity soon had him developing unique products from scratch, using only fresh ingredients and moving away from the traditional rip and tip type of seasonings. This has led Chris via his employer to start his Instagram profile of Real Meat, it's the other way around in Shetland, promoting the range of additive-free products the business now sells. With his photography skills, this is an exceptionally good account, well worth a look. Chris worked through his level 2 MA in rapid time, always striving to get the most out of it whilst putting everything into it. As soon as he had completed this, he was dead keen to get straight onto his craftsman certificate, which again, we are told he completed in double quick time. And so, our finalists are Ryan Briggs, Louise Galanders, Chris Wright, and there's only one winner. We'll ask Sean if you got the trophy ready to be presented by beaten to Chris Wright from Shetland. Two finalists, stay there, we've got a couple of trophies for you as well.
Thank you.
Well done, Chris. And Leighton, if you'd like to present the other two finalists with their trophies. So it's Ryan.
Okay. Can you have the trophy? Give this way.
And Louise.
Okay. Coming to the middle. Okay. You still feel the touch and it could feel it. Come forward with touch. Hey. Okay. Right, Chris. Sorry, stay there, Chris. Come in here. Come this side. I'll just do it before you together. You go that side. There we go. That's great. Thanks. Nice and close together. Come forward a bit. Go that way, touch. It's just the backdrop. Okay, brilliant. Okay, this way, guys. And a smile. And last two. There you go. Thank you.
Okay, well done. We're moving on to our level 3 modern bench of the year finalists. We have two. First, the finalist is Nicola Gaffney from Fallinge Farm Butchers. Nicola has had a difficult journey into the industry. She was made redundant from her first position whilst working towards her level 2. After securing a position with another company, she learned the skills required to process mainly venison, and this allowed Nicola to complete her level 2. This company moved a location further away from her home, but this did not deter Nicola. Eventually, Nicola secured a position with Fallon Inch Farm Butchers, where she progressed on to level 3 with the full support of her employers. Nicola excelled at level 3 despite being dyslexic, but found the use of Learning Assistant on online portfolio to be invaluable to her progress. Nicola's enthusiasm for level 3 and her ability to take responsibility for her own development allowed her to produce excellent evidence for her portfolio. Nicola has many interests outside work, most notably being an adventure scout leader. Our other finalist, hopefully joining us on Facebook Live, is Robbie Henderson from Charles McLeod Butchers in Stornoway. Robbie has been involved with the Army Cadets since he was 12. A career in the forces was in the offing, but a Saturday job at Charles McLeod Butchers somewhat hijacked the idea. After completing his level 2, Robbie quickly dispatched his craftsman certificate and then moved on to his level 3. This was at a time of expansion for the business, and as they were creating a large, extension solely to manufacture their famous black pudding. This gave Robbie the opportunity to redesign the butchery production area and maximise the space they now have at their disposal. His level 3 NA was completed in short order and has actually just completed the Federation diploma to cap it all off. Unfortunately, Robbie couldn't be with us today at the ceremony because he is taking part in a charity skydive. Things people do to avoid. So the finalists are Nicola Gaffney and Robbie Henderson. The winner is Nicola Gaffney. Nicola particularly excelled with the evidence for Unit 365, where she utilised the use of process flow diagrams, spaghetti mapping, and identifying the waste within processes. Once completed her level 3, Nicola had no hesitation in asking her employer if she could work towards her Federation diploma, and this has been agreed to start after the festive period. Nicola is also working on her biggest project so far, which is planning her wedding next summer. So our next category is Training Mentor of the Year. And in this category, nominations were made by the trainees, employers, and was the individuals, for the individual who has encouraged the trainee in their development within the workplace. So we had several nominations and we have 3 finalists. First up, we have Mark Ramsey from Fallon Inch Farm Butchers. Mark was nominated by 3 of his trainees. Robert Reid wrote, "Mark helped me complete my level 2 and level 3, and with his encouragement and assistance, I also completed the Federation diploma." Mark has been very supportive. Nicola, who you've just seen, said, "When I started at Fallon Inch, I was a bag of nerves. I had very low self-esteem and my ability." Mark used to use much of his personal time assuring me and answering my emails at all hours of the day and night to help me through my level 3. Without Mark's continued passions and support, I would really have struggled with level 3. Erin Conroy said, "He is a role model for myself and many of the others at the farm, including myself. Mark has mentored 5 butchers to achieve the level 3, and I have progressed on to gain the Federation diploma. Mark is always willing to share his knowledge, skills and expertise, and is always encouraging people to better themselves, not just in a work aspect, but all aspects of life. His passion to teach and support other people is an inspiration that has greatly benefited myself and other people." Next nomination is for John Johnston. John John is from Dunedin Farm Shop near Lockerbie. Joe Birtwhistle wrote, "Since I started Dunedin Farm Shop, it is John who's taken it further and further with his ideas that through them I've implemented. Facebook has been one of them, skinny packs another, and single people and family packs, and our soon-to-be protein packs. In 2012, we took on an apprentice, and John got him through his apprenticeship easily and was commended by Gordon Newlands, who said it was the quickest one that he had worked with. He is now starting the process again with a new apprentice, Craig, who is showing great work. John is very caring about his work, very precise, loves what he does, and this shows in everything he does." And the other nomination is unfortunately not with us today. It's Stephen Strachan from Henderson's of Hamilton. Since joining Henderson's, Stephen has been my mentor. It is written by Ryan Miller, and it has massively increased my confidence in the trade and my skill sets. It has also taught me how to do things in butchery that I never knew before, in terms of butchering the product, garnishing it, presenting it to the customer, and then selling the product. He has always encouraged me to learn new things and understands that learning new skills takes time. I now feel confident in butchery's products, in butchering them correctly, and in an effective amount of time to a standard, to a high standard. Thanks to the confidence and knowledge that's given me by Stephen, I think he deserves Mentor of the Year. So, we have finalists with us today. We've got John Johnston and Mark Ramsey, and the other nomination is Stephen Strachan. And so, to find out who the winner is of the Mentor of the Year, it is Mark Ramsey. Mark is a positive, highly motivated individual who has a great ability to reach individuals and get the best out of each and every team member. We can take any challenge with Mark's guidance and support. Erin Conroy added, "After I completed my level 3, Mark encouraged me to seek higher education. I enrolled in college for an access to university. Mark fully supported me and catered hours of work for my needs. After completing college, I got accepted into university to do a degree in environmental health, specialising in food safety. Thanks to Mark, I have increased my work skills to a high level and pursued higher education. I feel and have now become a lot more confident myself. Being at university, Mark fully supports me 100% both in work and with
Thank you.
The fourth award is for Training Partner of the Year, and this is for a business that is engaged with Scottish meat training and its successors to maximise the potential of their apprentices. We have 2 nominations, and the first nomination is Anderson's Butchers in Shetland. Ian Anderson from Anderson's Butchers in Shetland. Assessor John Parker wrote, "This was one of the first companies I dealt with in the Northern Ireland back in 2001 when I started with Scottish meat training. Since day one, Ian Anderson has been totally committed to training and supporting his staff, giving them the tools that they need to develop themselves and in turn the business. This has included trainees achieving a Federation Diploma levels 3 at level 3, 8 at level 2, 5 craftsman certificates, and also having 2 current level 3s ongoing. Under the guidance of manager Jürgen Schubert, Jay as everyone knows him, previously an MA of the Year award in 2013 at Skills Development Scotland level, they have put together in place a programme which encourages all staff to continually develop and make suggestions for improvements, helping to shape their ideas into improvements for the business. By doing this, the staff are most invested in the business, and the Anderson family, as we call it, and they all pull in the same direction. The other nomination, surprise, surprise, is Ballinage Farm Butchers. I'll ask Mark to come forward again. Ballinage Farm Butchers deserve this recognition, as everybody working at the company has fully engaged with Scottish Meat Training. The company had one full-time butcher and one apprentice when Scottish Meat Training started working with them. There are now 12 full-time members of staff, 6 of which have completed an modern apprenticeship qualification. 2 more staff members are about to start in customer service. Once more improving this company's commitment to investing in their staff. Last year, 3 apprentices, Erin, Stuart and Nicola, achieved a level 3. Ballinage have further invested by funding a level 2, funding the Federation Diploma for 2 of their apprentices. And in 2016, in April, Ballinage supported 2 apprentices, Erin Conroy and Stuart Rankin, to take part in the Premier Young Butcher of the Year competition at Foodex Meatex in Birmingham. Although neither won the competition, the support and development both Stuart and Erin received from their employer has proven to be invaluable. And so, 2 finalists, there can only be 1 winner, and the winner is Anderson Butcher. Jay has added that, John's added that Jay and Ian are always available to talk and take interest in the day's proceedings, heading off problems before they occur wherever possible. They are regularly working in one of the home houses.
Brilliant, thanks.
How do we do crashing noise?
Good jobs at carpet.
Okay, and this way, guys, please. And one more.
Should everyone realise the value PR, so that's exactly what we're doing. The 5th and final award is the Extra Mile Award, and this was devised to really acknowledge the trainee who's gone that extra mile in their progression, new product development, customer service, where it's had a positive effect on the business that they work in. So the nominations could come from employers, mentors, or in quite a few cases, customers. So our first nomination is Erin Conroy. And as a customer, Eileen Stewart wrote, "I'm a regular visitor to Ballinage Farm Shop, and I cannot stress enough about the level of service I receive from Erin on every occasion. Nothing is ever a problem and is always done with a smile. I think she's a fantastic butcher, and I would like to nominate her for this award." There are other comments from other customers which say she's the best butcher in Stirling, helpful, great customer service, cuts really nice steaks, very helpful, is always smiling. Is that true? Very hard-working, awesome was one of them. Nice, friendly smile, good customer service. And the last one, great for a young female to take up this career as a butcher. The other nomination is for another female. And this finalist is Jenna Douglas from JC Douglas and St. Boswell's. Jenna has also been nominated by a customer. It's by Mark McGilvery. We travel about 1.5 hours for our butchery supplies, and if I was to sum up Jenna in one word, it would be helpful. With her knowledge of product and what's best and in season. She constantly has a cheery attitude, her willingness to give you the best possible deal and not seek to oversell, and best of all, to go the extra mile and prep from stock when availability is low. Or indeed, we wanted something cut or butchered in a specific way. We have arrived on a couple of occasions as the shutters were going up, but to be met with, "It's no bother, what do you want this evening?" A true customer and industry champion. I would recommend strongly that Jenna is considered for an award for the reasons noted above. So, your finalists are Erin Conroy from Vallinch and Jenna Douglas from JC Douglas in St Boswell's. And the Extra Mile Award goes to Jenna Douglas. Jenna's always a smile, says Claire Townsend. She knows her stuff too, giving information and advice about the products never last, and she's great with kids too. Lee McLeish says she is very friendly and takes time to speak to customers about where meat has come from and how she can do it. Jenna is knowledgeable in all aspects of products that she sells. There's a booklet with all these finalists. I'm sorry that Chris has got your photograph wrong, but we'll get it right in the PR. Not too sure how that happened. Bruce and Claire, I think, are going to distribute those booklets around so that everyone's got a note on who these people were. Commendable group of 12 finalists, and I think what it demonstrates is really the strength that we are building. Well done, both of you. And well done to you all.
Thanks, John. Good. Well done, brother.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, honourable guests, it seems no time at all since this change was pinned on me by my predecessor, Ian Falls. It was with great pride that I read the names of my grandfather, his uncle, my father, inscribed upon it as presidents before me. I've enjoyed my time in office because I feel the Federation continues to provide valuable service to its members through the member services and training services. Both sides aim to provide quality support to the meat industry and the craft butcher sector in particular. They also perform the role of representing the sector and representing consultations, consumers' questions and requests. During my term, I've had the pleasure of visiting members from the most northerly butcher in Walsey in Shetland to Coldstream in the Borders, to the most southerly butcher in Coldstream in the Borders actually, so top to bottom. I've been warmly welcomed, and what I have noticed that we all share the same problems and difficulties. And it always seems better when we compare notes and talk about it together. Federation members continue to have issues over the inconsistency of food safety regulations, but our Chief Executive's membership of the Scottish Food Enforcement Liaison Committee continues to provide an important and useful contact with the enforcement community. Both ourselves and those authorities continue to be burdened with the conditional labelling and the ridiculous, unmanageable